people that try to set up their own, themselves as guru. And we've got the Bacha Kareta. Even in the Bacha Kareta, if you ask for Maafi from the Panch Pyare and they allow you to take Amrit, you're forgiven. But one of the Bachan of Maharajas, you have nothing to do with Udimar, nothing. And in Punjab, in Chandigarh, you've got the highest female-male population ratio. You know, when we go to these places and someone does their research, when you come across a human rights activist who's a Bibi, and she says to you, what are the Sikhs, what are the Punjabi Sikhs doing about the killing of innocent girls? Is that our commitment? Is that our contribution to modern society? We have to wake up to these things. And it's not about sitting and talking and doing lectures. We need to go back. Because this is what's happening. I went back to my bend. And I was talking to some of the Buzurgs, and you know, even in parts of the bend, if the so-called low caste, he's a Sikh. And my ancestors, your ancestors, his ancestors, did the Sangat of the Guru. That's how they came into Sikhi. That's how we all came into Sikhi, because my great-great whatever, your great-great whatever, and his great-great whatever, Maharaj on all of us. And we still live in a society where a person sits on the floor. And you know what they call the place where the so-called low castes are? They say that's called the Jamari. Can you imagine you live in London and where the Somalis live, where the black people live, if it was described in a particular way? If you use the N-word and said the N-word ghetto is here, your ghettos exist in every bend in Punjab. And we sometimes say, well, why are there 4 or 5 Gurdwara? Because if you are from these communities, and you have to go through I wanted to show you a video on YouTube, and if anyone wants to see this, it's a Sirdar Singh in a Gurdwara, in the Malwa area, who's asked, why are there 4 darwaje coming into the Gurdwara? And the 4th darwaja, about a year or 2 ago. And they asked the Mazbi Sikhs. And they said, why? Why do you have your own Gurdwara? Because they say, we're not allowed to practice. You know, we have all these talks about caste, and we have all these talks, and you know, we just really don't understand it. We don't get caste. Because if you were suffering from these sorts of things, the things that Maharaj grabbed us and took us away from, why do you think so many people of low caste are going to Dede? It's not because their message is so wonderful. It's because in these Dede, they're being taught it's all okay. You're not going to be discriminated against. You're not going to have the so-called high caste telling you can't come into the Gurdwara. Whose fault is it? It's ours. Our fault. Not anyone else's, ours.